Welcome to this session. Today, all you need is a mat, something to help you balance like a wall, or I'm going to be using a chair, and some socks, or if you have gliders, you can use that. And you're going to need obviously some sort of floor that you can kind of glide on and slide on. So if you're working out on carpet, maybe move today to a floor, like I said, that you can kind of glide or slide on. And also optional if you want to hold a weight. I'm going to be holding a 10-pound weight for the leg stuff, but it is optional. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with a standing cat-cow today. So if you prefer cat-cow on the ground, you can do that, or you could be holding onto your wall or the chair. I'm just going to be standing. So feet hip distance apart, hands just gently resting on your quads, a little bit above your knees. And you can just start gently rounding your spine, tucking that tailbone under, and then flexing the other way. Sit bones reaching far behind you, sticking out that tailbone, looking slightly forward, and then tucking, curling the other way, starting to think about that breath in one way, and then out through the mouth the other way. Whichever way you like to breathe here, either on the cat or the cow. Start to relax from your head and your jaw down to your neck and shoulders, relaxing your hands all the way down to your feet. Just two more like this. And last one. And then carefully standing up. We're going to do some roll back downs here. So you can reach up nice and tall, open your chest towards the ceiling. And then as arms come down, you can, actually we're going to roll down, like I said. So you're going to start to nod your chin to your chest. And then just gently rolling down bone by bone through the spine. Knees can be soft. Hang down here for a second. You can sway side to side. And then carefully rolling up with control, bone by bone through the spine. Just kind of massaging that spine. We'll reach up again. Exhaling, arms come down. Nodding chin to the chest, curling down. And this is just a little warm up for, well, this is a whole body warm up really, but I mean gently kind of warming up the backs of our legs. Obviously our spine, our core is getting involved here. Taking in these nice big breaths, turning on our diaphragm, well, more than it already is. All those deep core muscles, like our pelvic floor, the multifidi, transverse abdominis, and this will be our last one here. And then I'm just going to hold down here for a second. You can hold opposite elbow if you like to do that, or you can just hang out. You can sway, you can stay still, you can kind of bend and straighten the knees, pedaling the legs a little. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, carefully, with control coming up, bone by bone, take your time. And we'll just do a few hip circles here. So if you want something to hold on to, you can. So just thinking of our thigh bone moving around our hip joint in a nice smooth fluid motion. As fluid as it can be. Mine always pops, so I kind of get like a fluid until it's like pop, pop. One more in this direction. And then we'll reverse. Just 4 on this side. 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll do the other leg, again, starting whichever direction you like. Kind of thinking of that knee, drawing a nice big circle. Ooh, that was my knee that cracked that time. Just 2 more in this direction. And then we'll do our 4 the other way. Good balance. move as I say that I have to step down, and last one. And then we'll just do a couple gentle squats here just to warm up the legs a little bit more. So as always, you can kind of start with your baby squats. Maybe we're not getting the full way down. And then if you want, you can get going all the way into that full range squat motion. I like squats to warm up because, I mean, they're warming up so many muscles in your lower body, kind of gets the heart rate going, get that blood flowing. And obviously they're super functional as we need to squat down to sit in our day-to-day lives. For 2 here. And last one. All right, so we're gonna start with our core. So I have my mat just kind of folded here just because I'm gonna use this floor over here, but you can have your mat out like normal if you want. Don't need any weights or anything. You do need your slidey socks or gliders or whatever you're using if you're doing that today. But to start, we're gonna be lying down. And as we usually do, we're gonna start with our core engagement. So that's like when we think of our core like that accordion I always talk about, where you're gonna bring pubic bone up towards belly button, ribs down towards belly button, but our spine won't change for the first few. We're gonna keep our head down and stay in this neutral position of our spine. So your hands can just be wherever's comfortable for you. You know, I like to always have mine kind of for the warm up or these activations on the muscles that are working, just to help make that mind-muscle connection and really focus in on them. So we'll prepare with a big inhale through the nose, filling up your rib cage. And then as you exhale, drawing that belly button in towards your spine, pubic bone lifting towards belly button, ribs coming down towards belly button. Pause for a second, and then inhale, relax. Exhaling, nice and tightening here. And then inhaling to relax. Inhaling. So you might see my core tighten a little bit, but my spine, I'm not like flexing up yet. And I always say, try to have your butt muscles relaxed. Really want to focus in on the core. 3 more. And 2. And last one. All right, let me check my notes. Right. All right, so now we want to keep doing that motion, but adding on with our next moves. So level 1 is arms are up. Actually, level 1 would be arms down by your side, but we'll bring our arms up unless you need to keep them down. So level 1 is you're going to inhale, slide one leg out. As you exhale, bring that leg in, tighten that core. Inhale, other leg reaches out. Exhale, slide it in, tighten that core. Next level's opposite arm reaches out as you slide out, bring it in. And just continue here alternating sides, really feeling that lengthening. A little bit easier than our traditional quadruped arm leg reach, since we have one leg on the ground, but we're still just kind of warming up and really tuning in to that core engagement. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, and then carefully come up. We're going to do our half rollbacks now. So I'm going to sit my bum on the mattress so it's a little bit more comfortable. Okay, so feet are on the floor. Hands can be behind your thighs to start. We're going to prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to start to curl your tailbone forward, rounding at the spine, leaning back, making my C curve with my spine. So my spine is just shaped like a C. But just check in, as you do this, your chest is staying nice and open. So even though I'm curling my spine like a C, I'm not like shrugging in like a little ball. And then I'm going to inhale to sit back up. Exhale, curling back. Inhale, sitting up. Try to think of your core doing the work here. If you notice your feet are kind of moving, think of planting your feet down, but think of bringing your heels towards your butt. They're not actually going to move towards your butt, but think of bringing them towards your butt. That'll turn on the backs of your legs a little bit more to help. A little bit harder would be arms out by your side so you don't have them to assist. Just 2 more here. And last one. So now, if you found that challenging and maybe your core was starting to cone or dome, stay there, just work on that, or even just lie down and work on your core engagement. If you do want to add on, next level is we're going to lean back. We're going to hold in our C curve. So, I'm not leaning back too far. The farther you lean back, the harder it will be. We are going to add on. We're going to extend one leg out, slide it in. Other leg slides out and comes in. So just alternating legs, maintaining our C curve. Core is engaged. And we're breathing each time. I like to inhale as I reach out, exhale to come in. But as always, whatever feels good to you today, just as long as you always are breathing, not holding your breath. Shoulders are relaxed. I always see shoulders start to creep up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm already feeling this. Whew. Okay, so again, you can stay in that position if that was a good challenge for you. If you do want to add on, I'm going to lean back slightly. One leg is going to be in tabletop. We're going to keep this leg in tabletop as our other leg slides out and in. If you want to make it even harder, that leg would be straight. For 4 on this leg. 3, 2, and 1. Either take a break or just get right into the other side. If you need a little bit of assistance, hands can come down or forearms can be down. I should have said this on the other side, sorry. It's obviously just not quite as intense. And again, the other leg can be straight, not rushing, nice and controlled for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, take a second here. Okay, we are going to come up for our first set of legs. I'm going to move my mat just out of the way a little bit more. Don't need it for our legs. I'm going to grab a chair to use as my balance today, as like my bar. You can use the wall or whatever you need, but I would recommend holding on to something if you're using weights. Otherwise, if you do want to work on your balance, you can. I just find it kind of hard with like 2 slidey socks, so maybe take the sock off the non-working leg so that you have a little bit more stability so you're not like sliding all over the place if you're not holding on to something. Okay, enough of my spiel. I'm going to start with think about this. My left leg is going to be doing the work to start. So I'm going to be holding my weight in my left hand. My non-working leg is going to be in my right leg is doing the sliding, but it's actually not doing the work. And my right hand is going to be against my wall or my chair. I'll show you just 1 rep to begin. So my left leg's going to stay planted the whole time. holding my left weight. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna slide back into a lunge and then stand up. So you can join me at any time if you wanna keep watching a couple here to see. So my left leg isn't moving, but it's the one doing the work. You'll notice I am trying to keep my knee not too far going over my toes. So I'm trying to put most of my weight in my left heel. I basically have no weight in my right leg. And I feel like I'm really pressing my left foot through the floor when I stand up to really activate my butt. This is kind of like a reformer inspired workout because we could do this kind of move on the reformer. We're just gonna do 3 more like this. And 2. And again, try not to have like a death grip on your wall or your chair. And 1. We're gonna stay low now, and we're just gonna skate in and out that back leg. So lower you go, harder it is on the butt. Keep breathing. You got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. Whew. Okay, we're gonna keep working the same leg. I'm just not gonna hold onto my chair, at least for the first couple, to show you. So now we're doing like a side. That was kind of like a back skater. Now we're doing a side skater or lunge, whatever you want to call it. Keeping my weight in my left hand, so my left leg's still working. I'm gonna squat down. As I squat, or yeah, kind of like sit back in my left leg, I'm gliding my right leg out, and then I'm gonna stand up nice and tall. So again, you can hold on to something with your right hand here. And again, all my weight is in my left leg. My right leg is just kind of gliding along. And I'm really working on sitting back in that left heel, as if I had a chair behind my left glute. I'm trying to sit back in it. For 4, 3, 2. Last one on this side, except we're gonna do our low skaters. So you're gonna come down, try to stay low, and we're just gonna skate in and out. So just your right leg is moving here. Left leg is staying bent and low. For 5, 4, so you can get lower. 3, oh my gosh, 2, and 1. Okay, left leg is done. We're moving on to the right leg. So if you need to readjust, do that. So now I've switched my weight to my right hand. The left hand will be holding the chair or wall. Same idea, we're gonna skate back and down and then coming up. So again, all my weight's in that front foot, and I'm pressing through my floor as I stand up. If you're holding a weight, you're trying to not just let your arm fall forward. That arm's a little bit engaged. Well, it's definitely engaged. I meant to say it's getting a little bit of a workout, but it's kind of a light weight, so. Of course, you could do this with a heavier weight or no weight at all. We've got 4 on this side. Again, check in that you're not clutching onto your chair or wall. For 3, 2, and 1. And then we stay down, stay low, and just now our left leg is moving. Just bending and straightening that left knee, trying to stay down in that right leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, standing up. You know what's coming. We're doing our side skater on the other side. So you can either, again, hold the chair or not. So we start, I always feel like mentally think about this one. You start standing and then you're keeping your left leg straight as your right knee bends, and then standing up. Again, if you think about a chair right behind kind of your right glute, you're trying to sit back in that chair. And as always, our neck is nice and long, so we're looking on the floor, maybe 6 or 8 feet in front of us. Obviously, you can look at the video a couple times, but just as long as, or wherever it's placed, so that you're not bending forward too much. For 2 here, last one of the full range, and then we stay low and we just skate it in and out. So now our left leg is doing the bending and straightening. Oh my gosh, stay low. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up, take a second, shake it out. We're gonna do just a couple squats here. Okay, not a couple, but you know. So you can keep holding your weight either in both hands or no weight at all, but we're not gonna do, I mean, it's not a very heavy weight, so if you can manage, try to hold it. Feet slightly turned out, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And we're just gonna sit back in our chair and standing up. This feels a lot nicer now, instead of just staying down low with those skaters. It's a fun move to do if you don't have access to a reformer. Just gives you a little bit of an idea of when you're standing on one, doing that kind of move. All right, just 2 more full range squats here. Last one, and then we're gonna stay low. This is it, we're just gonna do 10 little pulses, just going up and down an inch, staying down, and then we go back to our abs. I've lost count. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, place that weight out of the way. Bring your mat back for our abs. We're gonna use the weight again and the chair and all that again for our next round of legs, but getting set up here. Okay, take your time getting set up. Okay, we're gonna do another round. We're gonna start in our similar, what we did last time, a similar manner on the mat, lying down. And we're gonna start with those kind of like dead bug leg slides. If you do want to make it harder, you would have one leg up in tabletop and one leg is doing the reaching, and you would stay on that side, then you'll switch. So I'm gonna do that. If you want to do what we did last time where one foot stays on the floor and you're just, you know, alternating here, you can do that. Or you're not even maybe reaching your arms, you're just doing the legs. Cool, take your options. So I'm gonna start both legs in tabletop. I'm gonna scoot onto my mat a little bit better. Okay, so if both legs are in tabletop, find that neutral position, and we're gonna maintain that. If at any time you find your back is flattening or you're arching too much, reduce the load, put one leg down. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my left leg, right arm, reaching and coming in. Same leg, same arm, keep working here. Inhale to reach, exhale, bring it back into center. That accordion's kind of like opening, and then your accordion is closing. Three more on this side. And 2. And 1. Switch sides. If you are just alternating legs, just keep going. my gosh, my brain. Sometimes it's really hard to reach opposite arm and leg while keeping one leg in the air. Oh my, and one arm in the air. For 4. I can't even blame like my baby for lack of sleep today. For 3, 2, and 1. He slept the entire way through the night till 7:30 this morning. That's a first. So I can't even blame lack of sleep. Okay, coming up. So we are going to do a couple of those leg slides in our C curve. Again, so take your options. If you want to just work on your C curve coming back and forth like this, you can do that. If you do want to add on and lean back, sliding opposite legs, you can join me. If you want to do what we did last time with one leg in tabletop or extended, you can do that as well. I think I'm going to do that actually. So I'm going to bring my right leg up and we're just going to do 4 more on this side. So for 4 on this side, 3, 2, oh, I got the shakies. Last one, switching sides if that's what you're doing. Otherwise, just keep alternating for 4, 3, shoulders down, 2, and 1. Oh, okay, we have 2 more core exercises. Taking a little break. Okay, so this one is only kind of hard because your legs could slide away, so you kind of have to work to keep them here. It's just our Russian twist or our twisting motion. Feet are going to stay planted, hip distance apart. Our feet aren't going to move and our knees aren't going to move. And also our hips aren't really going to move. Just our torso, our chest, you're going to think of twisting. So hands can be however you like them. We're going to come back into that slight C curve. Twist to one side with your chest. So think your chest turning one way. Back to center. Chest turns the other way. Back to center. I like to inhale as I twist out. Exhale, come back to center. Wringing out that core. If you notice your knees and feet are moving a lot, maybe come up or do a smaller twist. I mean, obviously they're going to move like a couple centimeters, but shoulders are relaxed for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. We have one more fun move. Okay, so I'll demo one and then you can join me. I'm going to start with my left leg moving. I'm coming down, my right forearm is coming down onto the ground and it's kind of at like this like L shape in front of me. And then my left hand is going to be on the ground a little bit outside of my shoulder. We've done similar moves to this, just not with like the leg sweeping. My right knee, actually just start with both knees beneath your hips, hip distance apart. So where I'm in my tabletop position and I'm trying to have a neutral spine, or as neutral as possible. Left leg's going to come out and I'm going to rainbow it to the side here and then bring it back. Rainbow to the side and back. So if my foot's starting at like 6 o'clock on my clock, it's sweeping out to 9 o'clock, or as close to 9 as you can manage. So my left waist is cinching, like my left hip is coming up towards my left rib, really getting these left obliques going. Actually, the right side's working as well to stabilize. We've got 3 more on this side. And 2. Last 1. Bring that knee in, reset, knees hip distance apart. Switch to the other side. So now my left forearm's coming down, right hand is down. I'm gonna reach my right leg back. I'm gonna have to move a little bit, I think, because of my reformer. And then you're gliding. Now, if your leg is starting at 6 o'clock, it's gliding over to 3 o'clock. This is another reformer one where you have your feet in straps. Lots of core work there. We've got 3 more on this side. And 2, using that breath. Nice and controlled, last one. And then carefully come up, give your wrists or shoulders a little breather, whatever you need, adjust your ponytail. Okay, we are getting the mat out of the way again for our next set of legs. Get your chair or wall, whatever you need set up. Okay, bringing this back, but I have to think about this because I don't want to hit my knee. So I'm going to have it to the side. Again, if you are using a weight, I'm going to start with my left leg, so my weight is going to be in my left hand. And now I'm going to make sure that I have enough room here, because basically what I'm going to do is, I'll just show you one again, is we're going to do the same move we did before with that slide out, but then if you want to add on, you don't have to, you're going to bring your right knee up to tabletop. Carefully bring it down. So join me in our lunge, coming up, right knee comes up. Really light, try to have a lighter hold on your chair. But obviously, if your balance just isn't there, and that's something that you're working at getting stronger at, put as much pressure as you need on the chair, because we don't want to start wobbling side to side, compromising our form, you know, maybe possibly even leading to injury. Really try to see, I was kind of lazy on a couple of those. Try to get your butt low down to the ground and coming up. Really bending that knee, sitting that butt down. Just 2 more. Last one here. Now we are going to do, we're not doing any pulsing or anything on that one. Similar idea, but we're gonna rainbow our leg over into a curtsy lunge. So again, I'll show you one. I'm going to kind of start by sliding back in that same position we were just doing, but now I'm gonna bring my right toes down, or right toes around my left leg, kind of come into like a curtsy lunge, rainbow back and stand up. So all 10 toes are always pointing forwards. Still trying to get low down. Pressing my left foot through my floor. Sitting my butt back and down. We've got 3 here. And 2. Last one. And then this one time, we're gonna stay low, and our left leg is just gonna rainbow back and forth. It's almost kind of, yeah, so you're not bringing your toes really forward. You're kind of just making like a semicircle, or like a rainbow. Trying to stay low. You got it. For 4, oh my gosh. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're gonna carefully just drop the weight for a couple, or for this last exercise on your left leg, but still keep it nearby for your right, obviously. We're gonna do our airplane or arabesque or single leg deadlift, whatever you wanna call this. So you can have kind of either hand on the chair this time, or the wall. My left leg's still staying on the ground. I'm going to hinge at my hips, reach my right leg back behind me. So my hips and chest are staying square. As I do this, I'm still trying to keep my left leg nice and straight, but not locking at the knee. I'm reaching my right leg far behind me, Try to have a light grip on the chair, and then again, hinge at the hips, knee comes up. Hinging at the hips, reach behind you, square hips and shoulders coming up. So when I say square hips and shoulders, I'll show you here, as long as I try not to hit anything, I'm trying to keep, as you can see, my hips and shoulders square to the ground. I'm not opening to the side, so my right hip isn't higher than my left or vice versa. I'm trying to keep them level and then coming up. Reaching back and then coming up. So, again, try to have a light grip. And we're just going to do 4 more here until we add on a little. 3. Trying to have a flat back as well. 2. And 1. All right, so balance challenge here. We're going to hold back, try to keep this leg nice and long, hips square, kind of like you're thinking of reaching those sit bones far behind you, but kind of up as well. Reaching that right leg, you're trying to reach to the far wall. If you want to add on, you can take your hands off of your chair or your wall. Neck is long, and we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully coming up. Good. Okay, we're going to do that on the other leg. So get your weight again. If I didn't write this down and have notes in front of me, I would totally forget and just have gone right into that and forgot the weight part of this. Okay, so we start with our lunge to our knee lift, if you're adding the knee. Weight's in my right hand, my right leg is staying down, lunging back with my left, and then bringing my left knee up to tabletop. Lunging back and down, gliding up. Again, trying to keep most of the weight, or all the weight, in my right heel. Really gentle hold on your balance apparatus. And try to get low in that lunge. We don't have too many here. We've got 3 more. Two. And 1. So again, remember, no pulses or anything with that one. Now we have those rainbow curtsy lunges. So similar stance as you just had. You're going to come back and down, and then your left leg is going to kind of curtsy over into a lunge, all 10 toes still pointed forwards, and then you come up, stand up nice and tall. Curtsying back and down, standing up. You can pick a spot on the floor to stare at, like I said, about 6 or 8 feet in front of you to keep that neck long and to also help your balance. I should mention that on the balancing one as well. Pick a point to stare at. We've got 4 more of these curtsies. That's it. You know the rest of what we're doing here, no other surprises, so just have to do it on this leg. Give it your all. We don't have too much left in our workout. Last one. And then we stay down low and we do our semicircle or our rainbow back and forth. Oh my gosh. We've got 4, 3, 2, stay low. Last one, you got it. Coming up, carefully put that weight out of the way. We are finished with it. So now we do those balancing moves. Prepare yourself. Okay, right leg stays as straight as you can. Square your hips. Left leg reaches out behind you. Neck is nice and long. Reaching both legs, lengthening both legs, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then coming up, knee to tabletop. I should have mentioned this last time too. You're reaching out behind you, again, lengthening. If you don't want to bring your leg to tabletop, if you want to just tap down each time, do that. Wherever you are in your journey to working on your balance and strength. My balance is getting a lot better. It was garbage. I mean, obviously being pregnant really did a number on my balance. I remember trying to show reformer clients to doing certain balancing moves, and I was like, oh my god, my center of gravity, I can't balance anymore. And obviously the stronger our core gets, all that helps with our balance. Think of squaring your hips and shoulders. Try not to let that one hip kind of open to the side today. Just 2 more here, and then we have our hold. Last one. And then this is our hold. So reaching behind you, lengthen both legs, but don't lock your knees. You're stomping that wall behind you. If you want to, carefully, you can bring your arms off. Stare at a spot. You got it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. Whew. Shake it out. We've just got a stretch now. Okay. I think I'm actually going to use my chair here today. You can use the mat or the wall. I'm just going to do some gentle cat-cows, kind of like how we started, but now I'm just using the chair. So again, choose cat-cows how you like. If you like them on your hands or on your hands and knees. I meant your hands on your legs. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're going to start tucking our tailbone, curling at the spine, and then breathing out. Reach those hip bones far behind you, looking slightly forward, and tucking, and coming forward. Just 2 more here. Last one. I'm going to sit in my chair today for our stretch. Again, you can do this on the mat. So crossing one ankle over opposite knee. You can press your knee away, open up your hips, kind of sit up nice and tall for a second. And then if you want a deeper stretch and flex your foot, the top foot here, you can lean into it. Find wherever's comfortable. And some people like to kind of move or rock side to side to find the stretch. You can hold it if you want. Thing about these socks is they pick up a lot of dog hair, and this is like my dog's room that I'm in. Her bed is just like right off camera, so I'm looking down. I'm like, oh, I need to vacuum, and then we'll switch to the other side. Luckily, she even though this is like her room because her bed's here and she likes to look out in the backyard, she's afraid of when I start like grabbing weights and things. She's kind of afraid of when anybody's using the reformer, so she doesn't hang out in here when I'm exercising or have clients over. But I don't know, maybe someday eventually you'll see her walk through a video or something. And then coming up, we'll just do a little quad stretch. I didn't do too much with our quads today, but grabbing, and then again, if you need something to hold on to, do that. Try to think of putting your knee down to the ground, opening up your hips. My dog does love my mat, so I can't leave my mat like on the floor. I always have to roll it up and put it up on the reformer or hide it away because she thinks it's just another place for her to sleep and lie on. And then we'll just do a couple side bends for those obliques we worked on, reaching up and over. And then the other side, up and over. And then just kind of twist it out. Let me know if you liked this kind of something a little bit different with the gliders, you know, change it up, but still get a good workout in. As always, leave any comments, questions, concerns, anything below here on the video, or you can message me on Instagram, anything like that. And hope to see you next time.